We'll show you what we've come to know on board while sailing wisdom.
So we pulled into Harrington Harbor and we got the boat all cleaned up because, as you can imagine, these buggers make a huge mess. It's so hard to keep everything clean while using very limited amounts of water. So we pulled into here where we had access to dock water and all the water we could want. So we got the deck cleaned, we got the cockpit cleaned, we got all the remnants of their little chew toys that they've just turned into kindling shreds, all that picked up and thrown out. So now the boat's all clean. As of earlier, I'm sure that in a couple minutes they will begin shredding wood again because it's what they do. We're gonna make our way from here to St. Michael's. That's gonna be our next stop. But first,
let's go for a walk. This is Windpuff. I know it says Dove. We haven't changed the name yet. We're gonna do that probably last. But this is our next project, and we're so excited to introduce you to our other boat. We're going to be doing a video all about the background of Windpuff, how we came to acquire him, yes, he's a boy, and how we are going to totally transform him into the ultimate cruising boat on a really tight budget.
so if you've ever dreamed of getting an abandoned boat, rebuilding it and setting off to go cruising, this is the video series for you. That's what we're gonna be doing. This boat is practically an abandoned boat. There's nothing in it, so it's gonna be starting from absolute scratch and turning it into a full cruising boat on the smallest budget possible.
Right now, we're headed to St. Michael's. I'm super excited. St. Michael's is a really cool town. It's got a lot of history in the Chesapeake, and we've talked about sailing there for years, and we never have. It's so close to Baltimore, which was our home port for so long, and we just never went there. And so I'm very excited because this evening we'll be arriving and dropping anchor in St. Michael's.
I surrender. Lay me down. Crack hardwood floors. Not one single door. I surrender.
Really light winds today, pretty much nothing at all. We're sailing wing on wing right now, but we're doing a lot of motor assist because we don't want to arrive at St. Michael's at midnight. So it's slow going, but we've got some things to entertain us. I've been reading Jim Butcher's Blood Rights. I think it's like the 5th book in this series, out loud to myself and Herby, and I've been doing that for this entire trip, just reading out loud, and it's a fun way to pass the time. So yeah, it's a slow day, but any day out here is better than one doing something else. That's what they say, right?
We have a drifter instead of having a Spinnaker and a Code Zero. And the reason is, the drifter can do the job of both. You're going downwind, you ease it out, and it's just this big billowing sail. It's like a giant Spinnaker up there. But then when you round a buoy and now you're turning and you're going upwind, you don't need to change sails and do all that mess. You just sheet them in. And you pull them in nice and tight, and then boom, you have a giant Genoa. It's such a versatile sail, and we absolutely love it in these light air conditions. So we're going along at about 5 knots, and there's not much breeze, and it's all because of that huge sail.
We can see St. Michael's. We've been through some rainy patches here, Lots of wind, no wind. It's been a bit of a whirlwind. But now we finally see St. Michael's. We're really close, and it's looking like we're gonna be dropping anchor outside. There's really only one place to anchor inside near the museum, but there's space for one boat. So if there's one boat in there, we'll be outside.
It's on it. Now it's gonna go. Go.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal. Take you there. I would give it all away to do it all again. Make our love a story that would never end. Never thought I'd feel so alive, looking in your eyes. I just wanna love you till the day I die. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better, 'cause of love. Take you there. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. You right.
Hello.
Love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better, 'cause a love like this is rare. And I wanna take you there. We got time on our side. We're in a state of home. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line.
We had a really great time here in St. Michael's. I highly recommend it as a stop for anybody sailing the Chesapeake. Really cute, historic town, but it is time to leave already. So we spent one full day here yesterday, and now we're headed to one of our favorite old anchorages. This is where we used to come out when we were living full-time in Baltimore and needed a weekend away. We would come out to Harness Creek. It's right by Annapolis, it's in South River, and we're really excited. We began our journey in Harness Creek, kind of, and now we're going to come back, and some family's gonna join us on Saturday, so we're really, really excited for this stop. Lunch. Nothing like leftovers.
Yes, Charles, is there anything of my lunch you would like? No? My lunch is disgusting? You don't want my lunch? You're gonna take a single noodle? Okay. Oh, you're dropping it? Okay, no more for you. You lost it. That's it, you're done.
We're on the move again, and this is a beautiful sail. It's slow going, but we're not in a hurry. When are we ever in a hurry? We can't afford to be in a hurry. But it's really nice. There's just a little bit of wind and the water's flat and we're just gliding effortlessly along.
It's a miracle that you and I are finally here. I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise that
So guys, we have Rigging Doctor swag. This is one of our shirts designed by me. You can look down below to find a link to our shirts and everything and go pick one out for yourself. Really helps us out and you can show off your support for Rigging Doctor. This is just a great body of water to sail. Thing is, it's wide enough so that you do get land breeze and sea breeze, and so you're actually able to sail. I mean, you're tacking, you're jibing, you're sailing rather than the ICW, which yes, we'd put sails up, but we couldn't actually do any real maneuvering because it was so narrow. The channel, at least, was extremely narrow. So this is good old-fashioned sailing, and I missed it so much. It's been really over a year since we've been able to do this, and it's that feeling of freedom that you don't get any other way. It's so exciting that we're passing Thomas Point Lighthouse. It's a really big landmark for us. Chesapeake is known for its lighthouses. She just pooped on my foot. It's warm. So Chesapeake is known for its lighthouses, its historic lighthouses. This is a place where you can find screw pile lighthouses. None of them are actually in use anymore, but this is the way they used to be because they used to be able to just pick them up and move them, and they were very cheap to make. I could nerd out about screw pile lighthouses for a long time, but I won't. You're welcome. The important thing is that we're passing St. Thomas, or Thomas Point, and it's exciting for us because it means we're almost home. How do we stop that from happening?
Put a bowsprit on. Needs a bowsprit. Jerry. Alright, we made it into Harness Creek just in time. So when we came in, it was getting nasty looking, but it wasn't this.
We'll the rain's letting up a little bit. The storm is still here, but it's actually oddly peaceful. Deck's getting a nice rinse off. So hot. Oof. Well, dinner's served. It's extremely hot. Have I mentioned that? Whew. Cooking in a boat with no air conditioning can be a lot, but hopefully it's worth it.
Six months ago, we started a varnish test. We painted Total Boat Lust on the port side and Total Boat Gleam 2.0 on the starboard side. We painted them on the rub rails. They are in full sun all the time. And for the past 6 months, we've done zero maintenance, zero care, and just let them bake. So let's see how they're holding up. You can see with the Lust, it looks really good after 6 months. Now, we always get on and off our boat on the port side, and we always step on the rub rail up and down. So we're wearing shoes, they got grit in them, dirt, rocks, all sorts of stuff. So they really take a lot of abuse there. And that small section is starting to peel in a couple little areas. So the peeling's very minor. All we need to do is scrape it, like scrape off the loose bits, and then put a couple more coats on, and then that should have that side covered. But all in all, it's looking really good. It's holding up great. It's got beautiful color. It's still shiny. The wood looks gorgeous, so that's really good. Now Lust, you can apply every hour. You can apply another coat. So if you have to build up a bunch of coats and you don't have much time, Lust is the one you want to use, because you just come out and in 6 hours you can bang on 6 coats. That is just unheard of for varnish. So that's really, really impressive. Let's go see how the Gleam is holding up. The Gleam is holding up just as well. Now the Gleam didn't get the abuse of being stepped on every single day as we got on and off this boat multiple times a day. So the fact that it isn't peeling anywhere means that it's holding up just as well as the Lust does in areas where the Lust isn't being stepped on, but it doesn't tell you if you can actually walk on the Gleam as much as we walk on the Lust. Now, my personal opinion, I prefer the Total Boat Gleam 2.0. And the reason is, when you're putting it on, it's thinner, it's runnier, so it flows better. And I like that aspect of it when you're applying it. You can't apply it very quickly, so when you apply it, you have to wait and put on your next coat tomorrow, where the Lust is more of a syrup. So I didn't personally enjoy the application process of the Lust. And for me, that's the whole point of woodworking and bright work and all, and the maintenance of it is the joy of the maintenance of it. And if when you're putting it on, you're like, this is some thick maple syrup that I'm smearing onto my wood, that doesn't do it for me. But if it's, you know, the gorgeous runny varnish that just goes on, the wood just shines and pops, that is worth it. That is just the best part. So, my personal opinion, they both perform absolutely incredibly. The Lust goes on quicker, so if you're in a hurry, use that one. If you're not in a hurry, the Gleam 2.0 is my favorite one.
So Madge, this corn buttering technique, where'd you learn it?
My mom.
Interesting.
Lots of people do it like that.
Totally. It's fine, you're just the first person I've ever seen do it.
Really?
I'm sure lots of people do it.
You were raised by heathens.
I was raised in Puerto Rico. We didn't have corn.
Just gonna whip up a little wisdom classic here. This is Spam pasta well, pasta with Spam sauce. And it's because we kind of ran out of food. But also Spam is great. So we're going to an anchorage that is right outside of the harbor. It's called Dead Ships.
Okay, this is it. We are going to be picking up anchor for the last time before we pull into our slip and complete our circumnavigation of the Atlantic.
It's the last day of something really big. Thanks for watching this episode of Sailing Wisdom. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next Rigging Doctor episode. And if you're interested in even more Rigging Doctor awesomeness, consider becoming a patron to see all of our extras. Can't wait to see you next time as you join us out here on the high seas.